I haven't really got much to share this week in terms of progress. I've been doing quite a few bits which you don't really see, just tidying up wiring, a few bits underneath which need doing, but obviously it's not very exciting, so I haven't really been filming what I've been up to. I do like to just share what I get up to each week in here, but to be honest, this week not too much. We're getting to that stage now. It's 4 weeks today actually till I go on my holidays, and I'm going to be away for a month, so starting anything big's not really in the question, because I'll just get into it and then I'm going to break off as we disappear for a month. So it's going to be towards the end of September before I'm back really, so things are definitely slowing down. I have been desperate trying to get this goods yard area finished, but I'm waiting on bits to arrive, so that's not going to be anytime soon. So there's a couple of bits I'll share. I just don't want to be sharing the same things week in, week out when I'm doing scenery and bits like that. So we'll see how I've got on this week. So I'm going to concentrate on this area to the side of the brewery where the coaling stage is now, this area of scrubland. First thing I've done is I've just attached a batten to the front of there. That just brings it out level to this, so I can continue the fencing. And then I'm just looking at the area over there. What I've just done is, just to try and take away the flatness of that area, is when I'd shaping any of the insulation board, you're often left with these wafer thin offcuts. And I find that if I just stick these down with Yoo-hoo, it just creates a bit of undulation in the ground, just gives it a bit of height, it takes it away from being level. So once that's dried, I just go around with some filler, and then I made paper mache over it. I'll put some plaster cloth, I don't know yet, but that just takes away the flatness. It's very subtle, but it does just make a bit of a difference. So that I can get it painted, seen it, and I'm going to run the dirt road up there. So now this is dried, I'm just going to try and blend the edges a little bit more with some good old cheap filler and a lollipop stick. So might just take away any sharp edges. So I found some beware of the train signs that were on this sheet from Sankey Scenics. There's some other bits on there as well, stop, look and listen. But I can just position these now around that area with the brewery. I'm not going to put a fence across the front, just going to put some signage around and about just to make people aware. So while I'm just waiting for this filler to dry on here, just going back to this area, it's crossed my mind and it has been suggested, would that not lend itself to a small engine shed, if that's like the head shunt where the engine's going to be. I never thought there'd be enough room because it's quite close to that, and obviously it's not too long. So when I'm searching to see what size engine shed you can get, the smallest one I can find, there is a Dapple kit. It's a small single line one. It measures 140mm by 80mm. So I did just cut a template out of that size to see whether it may go there. Potentially it could, but then it's got me thinking whether I really need this. This is quite a big structure for a small coaling stage. So whether I go back and look at just making a small sleeper built one of my own, just a wooden one, or whether I need one at all. If this is an access road coming up here, maybe trucks could just come in and dump coal. So I have cut this back just in case I do go for maybe a small engine shed there. It may work, so consideration. I might order one. I think they're about £11-12, just see what it looks like. I just got to be sure if I did put one that there would be enough clearance for this line, which there is, and obviously it's well away from that one, so I might get one in there. I've just roughed out a piece of insulation board just to see what it might look like going across there. Now I've extended that piece out, a cut out for like the signal box, and I was thinking about like some sleeper retaining wall there. I did just place those units on the back. I don't know if I would keep those, but when I'm stood here it does look very smooth and even. I'm just wondering whether I might go back to using chicken wire. I think sometimes you just get a better natural undulation is the word, rather than it being so smooth like that. You can try carving that out, but it's a messy job and it never still looks quite natural. So I may think about some chicken wire there just to get it a bit more of a natural shape. Whether or not it needs buildings or whether it should just be a nice rolling hillside, it's difficult to gauge without a back scene, but there is enough room to take a road up the hill to where those factories are, and also a road across the front to the signal box. But I don't know if I need to put the buildings there or whether a nice countryside scene would look better. But obviously the good news is the back scene would be high enough to cover all that workspace behind, which kind of spoils any view or when you're taking any running shots. I've done a few bits today. I've been flitting between the train room and the gardens, getting the grass cut. So I've not really recorded a lot, but I've just been putting a dirt track in here and some scatters on the left hand side. I'm waiting now. That's the template for the size of the goods shed I've ordered. It's only the Dapple kit, the old Airfix ones. So I'm not going to go any further till I've got that to make sure it does fit, and then I'll work the scenics up to it. I've also just started to add some yard lights. If I come over this way, got 3 in so far. Got some more to put in. Not wired in properly yet. And then there's one over there. It's been quite a while since I've used the turntable. So I've just gone to have a little play around with it today. I think it's been stood that long, it's lost all its settings, so I've had to recalibrate it, reset it and start programming each lane again. Now this pattern's in place, I've been able to get the rest of the surface down and the fence, and following on from a suggestion, I have put a wing wall in. Don't know if that shows very clearly, and brought the fence up to there. So now I just need to get the rest of the scenics done in this area. So I've got some of the lighting in. I can't wire them in properly yet until the little engine shed arrives, because I may be putting a light in that, and I have got one more yard light to go in as well, somewhere over there. So as I say, not much really to share this week. I've had a few trains running, as you've probably seen throughout the video. As I say, I had to play around with the turntable for quite a bit, but these are the things that need to be done. Not quite as exciting as some of the things I'd like to be doing, but needs must. So it seems like my holidays have crept up on me pretty quick without realising. I know it's 4 weeks, but I've got quite a bit to get sorted. So probably now little progress in here, so there won't be anything to share next week. It may be a couple of weeks' time. I'll just put together what I've been up to, see if I've got anywhere near completion in this area. But as I say, big projects now is probably going to be the back end of September when we get back off holiday.